Hello everyone, and welcome to my 12 Days of Pilates 2025. Yes, this is my third iteration of this mat class. I got the inspiration from Leslie Logan, another wonderful Pilates instructor, and it's just a lot of fun to mix up the Pilates mat program and to the tune of the 12 Days of Christmas. So I've got a fun lineup of exercises for you today. As always, if there is something that's out of your practice, feel free to substitute it for another exercise or do a variation that you know that you can do. I will also be offering some different variations as I go through the series. So let's get started. Okay, so on the first day of Christmas, my Pilates instructor gave to me one rolling like a ball. So we'll hug our knees in and we'll inhale to rock back, exhale to come back up. On the second day of Christmas, my Pilates instructor gave to me two single leg stretches. So we'll roll down, we'll do our 1, 2 single leg stretches. Let's come on up and we'll do one rolling like a ball. All right. On the third day of Christmas, my Pilates instructor gave to me 3 roll-ups. So we'll extend our legs. Let's roll down. Inhale. Exhale, rolling up, rounding forward. And then rolling down. And rolling up. And forward. One more roll-up. Feel free to substitute with half rollbacks or anything else that's within your practice. Okay, now we've got to do our 2 single leg stretches. And then 1, rolling like a ball. Kind of tricky getting into the rolling like a ball from our single leg stretches. Okay, on the 4th day of Pilates, or 4th day of Christmas, my Pilates instructor gave to me 4 single leg kicks. So we're gonna flip over onto our stomachs, propping yourself up onto your forearms, drawing that core in and lifting up those hip points. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's flip that back over to do our 3 roll-ups. 1 and 2. This is going to be challenging as we get further along, I know it. And 3 roll-ups. Let's roll back to go into our single leg stretches. 2 single leg stretches. And then 1 rolling like a ball. Woo! All right, we're already at the 5th day of Christmas. 5th day of Christmas, my Pilates instructor gave to me. This is my favorite one to do, 5 teasers. That's right. So you can do any teaser variation that you want. Let's do our teaser. Do my teaser 1. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's a doozy. Let's flip on over. We've got to do our 4 single leg kicks. Let me start with my other leg to start. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get to flip back on over for our roll-ups. I'm going to show half rollbacks as an alternative. So we've got our 3 half rollbacks or full roll-ups if you're going for that. And 2. You bring the hands behind the thighs for extra support. And 1. Going into our 2 single leg stretches. And then 1, can we do it? Rolling like a ball. Woo! Alrighty. On the 6th day of Christmas, my Pilates instructor gave to me 6 spine twists. So we get our first twisting exercise in our series. Legs will go long, feet are flexed, arms out. And we're gonna twist, twist. There's 1, and twist, twist. There's 2. Little twist, back off, twist a bit more. 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, we've got our 5 teasers. So I'm going to show single leg teaser. So for my single leg teaser, I'll do 3 on one leg and 2 on the other. So we roll up to one leg, squeezing towards the other leg. Then I'm going to switch, that's 3. And here's 4 and 5. Ooh. All right, let's flip on over to do our 4 single leg kicks. So I've begun to alternate which leg I start with. So I'm coming back to my right. So we kick, kick, 2, 3, 4. We flip on over for our 3 roll-ups. Legs and glute together, rolling up. Here we go, 1. And 2. The roll-up is an advanced, well, considered a beginner exercise, but I think it's an advanced exercise. 3, so feel free to do any variation that serves you. Let's do our single leg stretches. 1, 2, and then 1, rolling like a bow. Very good. All right. On the 7th day of Christmas, my Pilates instructor gave to me 7 swans. So we're going to flip on over and bring your hands into your swan position. And we'll inhale to lift up and exhale to lower. There's 1. Inhale to lift up and lower it down. There's 2. Lengthening through the heart center to lift. There's 3. And lower. Lifting up 4. And lowering down. We've got 3 more swans. Here we go. 5. 6. Last one. 7. Ooh. 7 swans, or 7 swans of swimming. Isn't that how it goes? All right, let's do our 6 spine twists. I'm going to start the other direction. Let me twist 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now we've got our 5 teasers. So I'm going to begin with the other leg. For my single leg teaser, inner thigh squeeze together, we roll up to that leg. There's 1 and 2 and 3. Switch in the air, rolling down, rolling up for 4 and 5. Woo. We've got our 5 teasers. And then we got to flip on over for our 4 single leg kicks. So I'm beginning with my left. Let's see if I can remember throughout. 1, 2, 3, 4. We flip on over for our 3 roll-ups. 1. Squeeze those inner thighs together. 2. And 3. And here we go for our 2 single leg stretches. 1, 2, and then 1, rolling like a bow. Woo. Okay, we're already at the 8th day of Christmas. 8th day of Christmas, my Pilates instructor gave to me 8 side kick knee legs. So we're starting to get a little bit harder here. We're going to come up into our high kneeling. And we're just going to tip over to the side. Let's bring one hand behind your head. We're going to lift 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on up using those obliques. Tipping over to the other side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll come on up. All right, we've got our 7 swans of swimming. So we'll come on to our stomachs. This time I'm going to do our baby swan. So if the full swan is feeling a little intense, We can place palm over palm, lowering your forehead to the palms, checking that the shoulders are relaxed. And you can separate your legs and try internally rotating your thighs. So almost like you're making your legs pigeon-toed. Press the pubic bone to the mat. Let's exhale and lift. Here we go. 1, 2, feeling that upper back. 3, 4, 5, 6, one more, 7. Ooh, I'm gonna give myself a little child's pose after that. We've got our 7 swans a swimming there. And then we've got our 6 seated spine twists. So we're gonna flip back on over. Arms out, east to us. Let's twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Now we're going into our 5 teasers. So we've done our teaser 1, we've done our single leg teasers. Let's try teaser 2. So teaser 2, we're gonna come on up and the legs are gonna lower and lift. Here we go. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Coming down, flipping on over. We've got our single leg kicks. I think it's the right is the next leg I'm leading with. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We flip back on over. For our rollbacks, I'm going to do, instead of a roll up, I'm going to do 3 half rollbacks. Back 1, press those feet down into the mat. And 2. And 3. And then we lower down for our 2 single leg kicks. 1, 2. Or single leg stretches, I should say. Come on up. 1, rolling like a ball. All right. For the 9th day of Christmas, my Pilates instructor gave to me 9 mini corkscrews. So we get to lie down onto our backs. Legs go up to the ceiling. So we're going to make a little circle down, round and up. 1. And then go the other way. 2, making our corkscrew. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. 8. 1 more. 9. Whew. Coming on up. We'll have to remember that's an odd number, so we'll have to start to the left the next time. We've got our 8 side kick kneelings. Let's go the other direction. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming on up, tipping on over. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming onto our stomachs, we're back to our swans. There's lots of variations of swan that we can do. So for this one, I'm going to do some slow swan rocks. Lifting up, firming up my legs as I lower down. There's 1. And 2. And 3. 4. 5. Ooh, that's starting to burn. 6. 1 more. 7. Woo! That deserves a little child's pose. If you're doing all of that. And then we get to twist it out into our corkscrew. So I'm going to cross my legs for this version of corkscrew, or not corkscrew. Cross my legs for this version of seated spine twist. We've got 6 spine twists. We're going to take those arms out. Let's twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. Now we're back to those 5 teasers. So we've done teaser 1, teaser 2, single leg teaser. Let's go for our teaser 3. Can we do it? I think we can. 5 teasers. Here we go. 1. Upper body and lower body come up together. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Flipping on over for our single leg kicks. Here we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We flip back on over for our roll-ups. A lot of flipping here. Here we go, rolling up for 3 roll-ups. 2. 1 more, 3. And transitioning to our single leg stretches. 1, 2, and then 1, rolling like a ball. All right, so we've made it to the 10th day of Christmas. 10th day of Christmas, my Pilates instructor gave to me 10 hundreds. Kind of appropriate. So pick whatever hundreds position you're comfortable with. And then we're going to inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 4, 5, and inhale 2, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3, 2, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4, 2, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5, 2, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 2, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7, 2, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 2, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 2, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10, 2, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Whoa, all right. So we've done our 10 hundreds. Now we're going back to our corkscrews. We have 9 mini corkscrews. So arms are down. Let's bring the legs over to the left. Down, round, and up. And then the other way. Down, round, and up. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7, almost there, 8, and 9. 9 corkscrews. Here we go with our 10 side kick kneeling. So coming up to our high kneeling, let's tip on over, and we lift 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we use our obliques to come up? Yes, we can. Tip on over. 1, 2, 3, 4. And coming on up. Let's come onto our stomachs for our swans. Let's go back to our baby swans. Pillow with our hands. Forehead resting on your hands. Pressing the pubic bone down into the mat. Let's lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 swans is swimming. Coming on up, flipping back on over for our seated spine twist, and we twist it out. I love all the twisting. We don't get a whole lot of twisting in our lives, so here it is. Here's 4, 5, 6. All right, we're back to those teasers. Let's add some fun. Let's try a rolling like a ball into our teaser. There's 1. Many different teasers we can do. 2, and have fun. 3, 4, 1 more. 5. Flipping on over again for our single leg kicks. So we prop ourselves up under our forearms, and we're going to kick 1, kick 2. Make sure you draw that core in. 3 and 4. Flipping back on over for our roll-ups. Let's break it up and do our half roll backs. So hands behind your thighs are reaching away. Rolling back and up. There's 1, 2, try to press the feet down into the mat. That'll help your hip flexors. 3, here we go for our single leg stretch. 2 single leg stretches, and 1 rolling leg up. Alrighty, almost at the end, guys. So, on the 11th day of Christmas, my Pilates instructor gave to me 11 crisscrosses. So, coming back to another ab exercise. We'll bring our hands behind our head, and we're going to twist for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's an odd number. We're going to have to remember that next time that we're going to start over to the left. Can you help me remember? All right, so we've got our 10 hundreds. So again, do whatever's in your practice here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale. 3, exhale. 4, exhale. 5, exhale. 6, exhale. 7, exhale. 8, exhale. 9, exhale. 10, exhale. Oh, resting it on down. It's kind of mean putting that towards the end, but we'll have to do it one more time, right? Arms down, legs up. Let's do our mini corkscrew. We've got 9 of these, circling around and up. 1 and 2, getting our lower body twist. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9 corkscrews. Coming on up, coming back to our high kneeling. We've got our kneeling side kicks. So coming over to the side. Here we go. Let's lift for 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming on up, tipping over. 1, 2, 3, 4. And coming on up. Now we've got our 7 swans. So coming back onto our stomachs. We're going to lie down. Hands into our swan positions. You can do any of the other swan variations that we've done so far. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Lengthening on up and away from those toes. Here's 5, 6, 1 more, 7. 7 beautiful swans. Let's give ourselves a little stretch here. And then we're coming into our seated spine twists. So feel free to do the cross-legged position or keeping the legs long. We twist 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, coming to our teasers. Let's do our teaser 1. We float up and lowering down. We've got 5 of these. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5. Yes, maybe holding it there. Flip on over. Let's do our single leg kicks. 4 single leg kicks. Pressing down to those forearms. Let's kick 1, 2, 3, 4. We get to flip back on over for our roll-ups. Rolling up, peeling up. Here's our first roll-up. 1. Rolling down. And 2.
single leg stretch, 2 single leg stretches, and 1 rolling like a ball. And we've arrived at the 12th day of Pilates. On the 12th day of Pilates, my 12th day of Christmas, my Pilates instructor gave to me 12 swimming, 12 little swims. So, coming onto our stomachs, we're going to reach our arms overhead, reaching the legs long behind us. Let's lift on up. Now we're swimming for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, feet up higher, 11, and 12. And we press back. Give yourself a stretch. After all of those swims, I'm going to flip back on over and do our crisscrosses. So we're going to start to the left. I remembered. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Woo! Coming into our hundreds. So, hundreds position. Let's curl it up. You can be in tabletop. You can extend. Whatever you need to do for this one. Let's just hold it here. We're going to flip the arms up 10 times. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Slow hundreds. Maybe you can stretch legs out. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Still hard, but not the full hundreds. Here we go for our 9 corkscrews. Mini corkscrews. Here we go. 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, coming on up, we've got our 8 kneeling side kicks. So we're gonna tip over and lift and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming on up, tipping over. 1, 2, 3, 4. And up. 7 swans are swimming. So it feels like we just did this. It really does. Flying through here. 7 swans. Final 7 swans. Lifting up and then lowering. And 2. 3. Lengthening forward. 4. 5. 6. And 7. Woo! Give ourselves a little child's pose. And then we get into our lovely twists. Let's cross our legs, sitting up tall, drawing in that belly. Let's twist. And 2. And 3. And 4. 5. 6. All right, grand finale of our teasers. Let's go for our teaser 3. Here we go. Fully up. 1. Ooh. And 2. There it is. And 3. And 4. 1 more. 5. And we flip over for our single leg kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flipping back on over for our roll-ups. Final 3 roll-ups. Can we do it? Yes, we can. 1. And 2. Keep squeezing those inner thighs together. 3. then our 2 single leg stretches. And 1 rolling like a ball. And that is it. Our 12 days of Christmas Pilates style. Well, I hope you enjoyed this flow. I hope you had fun and that you were able to find variations if the ones we did today weren't in your practice. There's lots of ways that we can still do our Pilates practice and either substitute or do a variation that works for you. And maybe it could be fun for you to experiment on your own and come up with your own 12 days of Pilates variations and see what you come up with. It's good to mix it up every once in a while. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Happy holidays to you and your family and friends, and I'll see you next time.